Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So we are only a couple of days away from seeing one of the most significant fights of the year. That is David Benavidez versus David Morrell. And we also get to see the return of Kermel Moton against a very good Cuban prospect by the name of Frank Zaldivar. This will be David Benavidez's very first time fighting against a fighter who is his exact same size and probably has the same type of power, if not more power, than David Benavidez does. In fact, David Morrell's own manager, Luis de Cubas, he said he would have a newfound respect for David Benavidez, not if he wins the fight, but if he survives the 12 rounds with David Morrell, because of David Morrell's power. Luis de Cubas, he said that David Morrell, he has SONNY Liston type power.
And I'm very confident in this fight. You know, we've been looking for a long time. The guy's made order for Morel. He comes forward. Okay, he's not bad defensively, but he is not that hard to hit. Okay, and so he's going to find out when he gets hit by a full-fledged light heavyweight what it's like, because Morel beat De La Cruz in Cuba when he was 17 years old at 178 pounds.
Right.
So I'm the one that brought him down to 68 because we had the opportunity for Lennox Allen, and we took the opportunity and we won the title. So we tried to get him first to 68. We couldn't. You know, thank God we moved up to 75, and after whatever that last performance people saw, maybe that's the reason they fought us, which is great. I know one thing, the guy we fought wasn't really 28-2, he was 29-1 because he beat Browning. We had him in camp with us.
Now, the guy Luis de Cubas is talking about, when he says they had him in camp with David Morrell, they're talking about Hot Rod, Roddy Valle Kalajic. That was Morrell's last opponent. I told you guys, there's a difference from a fighter putting on a bad performance and his opponent doing better than expected. And that was the case in the Morrell versus Hot Rod fight. Hot Rod, he did very well in that fight. He won about 3 solid rounds, I would say. Maybe a 4th round that was probably a closer round that could have gone either way. But overall, he did very well because he didn't really let his hands go that much. But when he did let his hands go, he was pretty accurate, at least for a couple of rounds. And he had great foot movement. So Hot Rod and Morrell were so cool with each other that right after they fought, Hot Rod, he told Morrell, if you need any help in your camp, let me know. So Morrell, he ended up hitting him up to prepare for the David Benavidez fight. Now, some people will say, well, Hot Rod, he doesn't have a style anywhere near David Benavidez's style, which is true. And Hot Rod, he even explained, he said when he was working with David Morrell and they were sparring, he wasn't trying to imitate David Benavidez's style at all. Hot Rod, he used his own style to spar against David Morrell. Now, the reason why it's a good idea for Morrell to work with someone like Hot Rod, because if you can hit someone that is as elusive as Hot Rod, who is a moving target, then that means it's going to be much easier to hit a stationary target in David Benavidez. Now, David Benavidez, his performance at light heavyweight, the debut that he made against Govstick, it wasn't the worst performance either. It wasn't that poor of a performance, but the main difference from Govstick and Hot Rod is Govstick, he underperformed against David Benavidez, and Hot Rod, he overperformed. What impresses people the most when it comes to David Benavidez is his physical strength, the way he just bulldozes his opponents, because usually he's bigger than them. We didn't see that same David Benavidez at 175 because now he's fighting guys that are the same size as he is. So now his skills, his boxing IQ has to make up for the size advantage that he had at 168. That's why moving up in weight is one of the biggest forms of adversity you can deal with in the sport of boxing, especially when you continue to move up multiple weight classes.
And you know, the guy Benavidez fought at light heavyweight, you know, 37 years old, fought 3 times in 7 years. So the guy we fought was active, and you know, styles make fights. The guy was a good mover. He moved around, and we had to look for him. But Benavidez, he's not going to move around. He's going to be right in front of us. Right. And I'm very confident. I will say one thing to the fans: that Benavidez can take this guy's punches. I had 23 world champions through the road of Durant. If Benavidez can take this kid's punches for 12 rounds, okay, I'm going to respect Benavidez a lot, and I would favor him over any light heavyweight in the world, okay? Because this guy's punches holes through walls, he's got SONNY Liston hands, and he's a thumper. So anywhere with one punch, he can knock you out, okay? So, and he's very confident. So I'm very confident in the fight. It's a great opportunity for us, to be top 10 in the world pound for pound, and the kid's really excited, and I'm very happy to be here.
It's actually amazing to hear somebody be so impressed with a fighter's power when they're actually fighting against David Benavidez. And they're not talking about David Benavidez's power. I clearly don't know if Morel is hitting that hard, but if Morel has power like that at 175, David Benavidez, he might be in trouble. At the same time, we get to see David Benavidez's power at 175 for the second time. We'll see if maybe it just took him a while to get acclimated to the weight. But I will say this, David Benavidez, he's lucky that he wasn't the one fighting Hot Rod, and it was Morel that was fighting Govstick. Because as big and as tall and long as Hot Rod is, oh man, Benavidez, he would have had all kind of problems with Hot Rod. With that being said, I'm gonna wrap this video up. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Elo Deki Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to elodeki.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram. Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.